Hi, everyone, and welcome to today's conversation with the amazing Tiffany Lewis. I'm very excited today to invite our special guest from the Women Thrive speakers lineup for 2023. And in today's live, we'll be talking about how to really simplify your marketing. I know there's so much overwhelm in the online space, and there are so many different strategies that one business owner could pursue. But how can we really simplify marketing strategies that are easy to implement and reduces overwhelm? So today we are joined with incredible Tiffany Lewis, the founder of More Meaningful Marketing. She is a mother, a vivid coffee drinker, business owner, and self-proclaimed rebel with a lot of meaningful causes. She believes that your brand story becomes the reason people do business with you and continue doing so. Tiffany is wildly passionate about helping women merge their personal attributes with their professional offerings in a way that boosts both confidence and business. So, welcome for those of you watching. I want you to stick around because I know Tiffany got some amazing strategies to share with you today in how to really simplify your marketing message. And if you're watching this here, leave a comment below and make sure you share it to your own pages and with your own audience because I know there are other women who needs to hear this message. So, Tiffany, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Super excited to be here. Always excited to connect with you, Raimonda. Really excited to share with women and business owners what these strategies can look like for them.
Yes, me too. I love marketing. First of all, I love marketing. And two, I love how you do marketing because really, one is about you simplifying the message and making it more meaningful, which is really about brand alignment. So, Tiffany, just a few words about yourself, your background. I know I've read a little introduction about yourself, but there's so much more behind the women in the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you. So I lost my job, and I always say for being a mom first and really juggling motherhood and maybe not as adjusting as well as I could have or should have in the corporate environment, and knowing, that my heart was so pulled between work and being a mom and doing it the way I wanted to do it, that I know there were so many other mothers and women in corporate experiencing this same pool of, competition among women, mother or not. And really balancing the way we want to experience our time and our work and our purpose. And so I created this business to really help other women step into their unique purpose within marketing and within business and really be able to create a balance that maybe felt unattainable at one time and really allows them to work their business in a more efficient way when considering marketing and the way they want to show up online.
Oh, I love that. So you are now the founder of More Meaningful Marketing, and you, of course, support other entrepreneurs in just simplifying their marketing efforts. So let's talk a little bit more about the marketing. How can we really simplify? And I know there's so much talk on the online space on we should be doing this, we should be doing that,
Yeah.
but how does one really choose a marketing strategy that is fit for their business?
It's funny because I always say, the horse blinders where they wear the blinders and they're just looking ahead and they have their job and their purpose and they don't have any distractions because of that. And I say, put your horse blinders on. Don't pay attention to what anyone else is doing. I think as women, that's a little bit harder to do because we've been given this platform and a way to have authority. And then we see what someone else is doing and we see people in our industry and in the same space doing different things than we're doing. And so we almost overcomplicate it, for ourselves and wanting that perfectionism and wanting to show up as the success instead of maybe the work in progress. So I think that it's more important than ever to kind of narrow in on your focus, understand where you should be, where you want to be, where you're comfortable being, and then also leaving room for growth within that aligned purpose and strategy that you want to achieve.
And do you think it starts with like setting our goals and just
Yeah,
really getting clear about some things? Where
sure.
does one begin with, mapping out this 2023 strategy for marketing?
Yeah, I love that. I think taking an inventory or a content audit or a platform audit and really understanding how each platform is working for you currently or how layering in another platform could work for you. Looking at metrics, understanding if your audience is there, understanding if your audience is engaged there. And, social media marketing is just a piece of that strategy. So when we start thinking about our websites and our social media and the way our email marketing can play into that goal, and then setting up that strategy strategy in a way that's going to work together and not feel so disjointed. I think if you look at that year-long goal and set quarterly benchmarks that you want to achieve, and then watching your progress to that goal, but then also be willing to adjust if your strategy isn't working the way you thought it was, because we can only predict our audience's behavior so much, or the way that they want to communicate with us. And then we kind of see what's working, we see what's not working, and we leave that variance open to be able to be better over the next quarter.
Yeah. Yeah. We just let's end the chat. I want to ask you, when was the last time you done your marketing audit for your business, for your brand? Have you ever done marketing audit? Have you looked through your social media channels, your online presence, to take inventory of where you are today?
Yes. We have
It's
a
going
little
to
bit of
stay
a
stable with us.
I know, yeah, I was gonna say we have a little bit of a connection lull here, but I think what you're saying is like, when is the last time I've taken an inventory of my business and my brand and understood what it should look like moving forward? Or was that the
I
gist of
want
the
to ask
question?
that from the ladies in
Yeah,
who are listening to our live right now, to
yeah,
ask you ladies, when was the last time you've done the inventory of your business?
yeah. I love that. I love that.
So, do you think we should be on all platforms at all times and leverage all the online opportunities, or do you think we should get more specific with platforms that where we should really engage?
It's so tempting. I know it's so tempting to be everywhere all at once and have that imposter syndrome. Can I do what I say I'm going to do? Can I show up in my authenticity? And so I say, get really comfortable with one or two platforms to start, but really understand, is your audience there? Are they receiving the information that you want to give there? And are they engaged with the information you're putting out for your brand? Is it resonating with them? You want to think of that consumer first. There's so much talk about B2B, B2C, now it's H to H, human to human, right? And so understanding where you can make those really authentic and meaningful connections and do them well, I think is the answer to that. I think showing up everywhere all at once is what contributes to that overwhelm in the first place, and that comparison and that competition and wanting to be perfect. Whereas if we narrow that down and get really specific on our goals, on the platforms, on the people, I think that's where the marketing magic happens.
Yeah, for sure. And, I'll find people that sometimes they love TikTok better or Instagram or Facebook, and some people completely despise it. So,
Yeah.
for you ladies watching this live, what is your favorite marketing platform or channel? And Tiffany, what is yours?
I will tell you, I love to consume content on TikTok, but it's why I don't create as much content on TikTok. I get so sucked in, and that algorithm is so strong that it just fills my feed with everything I want to know and see. So I think my favorite, though, has been probably Facebook and Instagram as a second. I know LinkedIn is a very desirable platform to be on. I think the tone for me is a little more serious, and so I like to be a little more humorous or playful, or really take people on that journey and have them be comfortable with expressing the challenges they're having. And I think, LinkedIn lends itself to that professional environment, and maybe people are a little less comfortable sharing. So I would say Facebook first, Instagram second, TikTok for
Oh,
laughing and humor for me.
right. And I think that's what people really want. They want the entertainment these days,
Hmm.
because really we're starting to really get used to the short form content, something a little bit more entertaining, not as serious. And there are platforms to be serious on, like
Sure.
LinkedIn. But then I think TikTok really coming and becoming such a significant platform has changed the way content creators having to really appeal to the audience.
Yeah, definitely.
Ladies, do you have any questions? I want to hear from you. If there is something that you wanting to ask from Tiffany today, we're here for another few minutes. So I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to ask questions. And Tiffany, of course, you are one of our highlight speakers for the Women Thrive Summit in
Mhm.
2023. Tell us a little bit more about the subject that you will be talking, and why should people attend your talk?
Yes, awesome. So I'll be sharing 4 simple strategies to eliminate the overwhelm from marketing, starting really with creating that strategy, finding a way to stand out from the competition without it feeling so daunting of a task, right? Just streamlining as much as you can, putting as much as you can on autopilot, and really leaning on your authenticity and your vulnerability and showing up confidently online to be able to boost business, boost sales almost passively when you get that strategy just right and really narrowing in on your own individual focus. So that's what I'll be talking about. Always excited to share this topic with women, especially as we have this desire to be so seen and heard, but only in certain ways
Yeah.
sometimes. So really getting to that vulnerable heart of the marketing, heart of who you are, creating goals that align with your audience. So I'll be sharing more about that.
I love that. I love that because, and surely we can't be everywhere at the same time.
Sure.
And I think the kind of message that you have for the women is simplify,
Mhm.
create systems, create processes, and really, make it work for you because you're a mom of two, Tiffany, yourself.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
I know you
yes.
don't have 24/7 to be online and engaging with the audience. So how do you do it?
Yeah, that's exactly it. So processes, being really in the moment. Sometimes we have to share the messy part of business ownership,
Mm.
of motherhood. I can tell you that no day here at this house goes exactly as planned with 2 little ones, 5 and under. So definitely just embracing it, embracing the journey and understanding how you can share that without the overwhelm, without the multiple strategies that kind of stop us from starting to begin with.
Yeah, totally. Well, thank you for that. We have a
Yeah.
question that has come up.
Yeah.
How does your brand story come into play in marketing?
Yes, that is a great question. So if you're asking me personally how I've kind of built that in, it really is just revealing those parts of motherhood where we've got a child laying on the floor because they didn't get their favorite cookie twice or whatever. There are all these nuanced things that some days, I plan to get to all of the client work, but I might have a child who's sick, right? And so last week I missed a marketing Monday. That's a video that I put out weekly. And I was very honest of like, we've been sick for 3 weeks and I've been pushing through, but I've hit a wall and I need to rest. And so if I feel better, before next Monday, I'll do a marketing Monday. But if not, we're going to skip a week and just really being honest about losing my job in corporate and feeling that shame and having that moment to
Mm.
reflect on what this means for other women who are still in corporate, who have children at home and they're running a business, and just really finding that way to relate in that authentic, just really real and not feeling like marketing at all. It just inadvertently it works for you because it simplifies that not even inability, but that maybe being afraid to really share those real in between moments when all we want to show
Mm.
are the happy parts. So
Yeah.
I hope that that answered your question. Thank you for asking it.
Yeah, I think, being vulnerable and putting a bit of human into your brand. And I find this a lot as you were sharing about, putting our story out there, and sometimes it feels a little bit scary.
Yeah.
I find a lot of women hide behind their brands and they're a little bit scared to come forward and really use their own voice and share their own story. Do you feel like that's something you have had to overcome? And if there is someone listening who perhaps still hiding behind a brand, what would you want to share with them?
Yes, I think it's always a gut check. Ramonda, I know that you really pride yourself on putting yourself first, and you can't pour from an empty cup. And that concept, and part of that self growth is nurturing the person you are. And so, yes, we create these brands, and we want to resonate with our audiences. But are we being true to ourselves? When we're not being true to ourselves, I think people now more than ever can kind of feel that. You can feel it in the way someone shows up, with the way that they speak, with the posts that they're posting, with the emails that they're writing, that maybe they're not playing all out. And so I think in 2023, especially, that's going to be really important, where this emphasis on relationships really takes priority over the sale, as it has, for a handful of years now. But I think with our economy and just the experience that we've had through the pandemic, I think we're going to really benefit from finding that piece that maybe feels scary to approach at first.
People want to connect with people. Ultimately, I always say that
Yeah.
if you know if your audience can connect with you and build that relationship, and able to connect with your story and what you shared about just being open and honest and bringing, let's say, your life behind the business. So quite easily you could, Tiffany, just be the face of the brand and just be all professional, but
Hmm.
actually just being human and
Yeah.
talking about all the other dynamics of your life. And I feel like, especially on our personal profiles, I feel like instead of like the marketing message that we could be putting out, the human side connects so much more and
Mm.
leaves more of an impression on people than this perfect display of what we are, what we could be, right?
Yeah, I always say, and I don't know if this is helpful for the women watching, but your business really should be the oh by the way. Oh, by the way, I'm a marketer, but I'm a mom and I understand strategy and I've marketed my own business and I've helped other women, but really them using me is the oh, by the way. So I always say like lead with that empathy, lead with that understanding, lead with the education, with helping, be a resource, not a sales pitch, and the money comes, the business comes. So I would say just put that last if you can.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love that so much. So, ladies, put it in the comments below. Oh, by the way. Oh, by the way, I'm also what?
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm
exactly.
challenging you. There's quite a few watching this live right now. So even if watching this on replay, put in the comments and say, oh, by the way, I'm also what? And you don't know who might be watching this right now, who might be connecting in a chat and
Yeah.
wanting that, oh, by the way, service of yours that you have.
Exactly. And that
Great.
doesn't discount the other things. I was going to say, I've gotten business on a bike ride with my two kids, sweaty, like working out, and someone talks to me about their kids and oh, they love biking also. And oh my gosh, they have a small business. Who knew?
Oh, amazing. Look, it's, yeah, as I say, it just doesn't have to be perfect, super polished, because if you can make that connection on a human level, I think that's the trend for 2023. Drop the perfectionism, drop
Yes.
wanting to be everywhere at the same time and appeal to everyone, and just be yourself. Just embrace that part of your life, really.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wonderful. So, ladies, I would love for you to head over to womenthrivesummit.com, register for a waitlist for the upcoming summit, because this is where Tiffany will be sharing more practical strategies of how to create more meaningful business and really how to create a successful digital brand. So, these are 4 simple marketing strategies to build a successful digital brand that Tiffany will be sharing. And of course, we've got amazing lineup of other incredible speakers from all around the world. So Women Thrive has become one of the biggest international annual events on women empowerment. And we cover topics, anything on business, personal development, personal growth, spiritual healing. There's so many things that we're covering. And we really take that holistic approach in business. So it's not just about business, but also about that personal development. How can you create the perfect balance between our work, our careers, and our personal growth and development? So I hope you register. If this resonated with you, I want you to make sure you share this live with 3 other people. Just send this all out to your audience or share it through with 3 other people who you feel that they would love this. So, Tiffany, how can ladies connect with you outside of this live?
Yeah, I love that. So always by email, Tiffany at moremeaningfulmarketing.com. I love to receive those personalized messages. Website obviously, and Facebook and Instagram would be the top 2 ways online to reach me. So hope to
Oh, I
connect.
love that. Yes, do make sure you follow Tiffany's journey, connect with her story, and I think we have so much more in store for 2023. And I'm very, very excited about seeing your thought leadership and you sharing more insights with our audience that want to learn a little bit more about marketing. So do make sure you connect with Tiffany and follow our journey with the Women Thrive Summit in the next few months. Thanks, Tiffany. It was such a pleasure to talk to you today.
Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate you being here, watching this video today, engaging, asking questions, and just Thank you so much for following our journey. Without you, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be doing these amazing events and lives, and of course, interviewing our amazing speakers and guest experts. So don't forget to share this with a few other people. Sign up for the Women Thrive Summit. This is a free event, so you can join from anywhere in the world, and you don't even have to pay for a ticket to get access to all of this amazing community and content. So, from me here in sunny Ibiza and Tiffany from out in the States, right?
Yes, in Ohio. So not as sunny as Ibiza. Very jealous. Also not as warm.
That's okay. We'll bring the sunshine over to you. So, ladies, thanks so much for tuning in. And I look forward to staying connected with all of you and doing another live in a few days' time. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.